track. Anyway, um, hello everybody. We're going to be looking at um, Backgammon Boards. Uh, you know, I really like backgammon. I've been playing for a while, and it's kind of a really like screw chess. Backgammon's where it's at. You know, and I like how they fold up. Like it's like it's a genius design. Chess and backgammon. Oh, it opens up and flips around. Now that is what I'm talking. Okay, I'm messing with y'all. That's just a tab that popped up because I was looking at Be Cool Scooby-Doo and 123movies.com, and 123movies has like way too many pop-ups. Anyway, um, Be Cool Scooby-Doo. What I watched the first two episodes, and it's not bad at all. I think it is hilarious. Like I watched the first few episodes of Star Trek Lower Decks, and I thought that was pretty funny. It's kind of like Rick and Morty meet Star Trek, except not as good as either of them. But it wasn't bad. Now, Be Cool Scooby Doo took everything and made it whole. It's one of my favorite Scooby Doo series. It's way more comedy than horror. It's all comedy. It's like 90% comedy, and that's what I love. That's what I like about that one. But Scooby Doo, Where Are You is my favorite out of all of them because it is like 90% horror. Nah, it's kind of like 65% horror, and the rest is just Scooby and Shaggy being Scooby and Shaggy. But I'm here to rank the Scooby Doo monsters, the original ones. Um, and and a while ago, I made a video where I reviewed all of the Scooby Doo monsters, but here I'm going to rank them. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, as usual. I don't like the default tier maker thing because red is at the top. It goes from red to green, and it has S at the top, which I changed to Scooby Dooby Doo because it's normal. I mean it's special for what I'm doing, and then it goes A, B, C, D, and that's it. It doesn't have E or F. So yeah, I'm going to be ranking the Scooby-Doo monsters. So here we go. The Black Knight. I feel like the Black Knight. It's iconic, but it's nothing special. Like the Black Knight. Um, I feel like if there was a serious Scooby-Doo movie or TV show like rated R, the Black Knight would be the perfect place to start because the lore behind it. It's simple. It's like a freaking B horror movie. It's it's the Black Knight. It's a suit of armor that comes to life every full moon to haunt a museum. That is perfect. If you get the right director, you can make a movie out of that. It doesn't even have to be a Scooby Doo movie. you can make a movie out of that. Like R-rated, like a horror movie, a horror B movie or whatever. Like get Sam Raimi on that crap, man. But monster wise, it doesn't really have anything super special. So I'm gonna put it a B. You know, it's solid. You know, but at the end of the day, it is just a suit of armor, and that's kind of boring. Now this one, the Phantom of Vasquez Castle, is one that I think it is. This is technically the third episode in production order, but because they swapped, because back then they couldn't release them in order. That's why the original Star Trek series episodes are all swapped up. But um, Vasquez, the Hassle in the Castle and A Clue for Scooby-Doo got swapped, and then Go Away Ghost Ship and the Spooky Space Kook got swapped. So Captain Cutler comes before the Phantom of Vasquez Castle, and Redbeard comes before the Space Kook. But anyway, I'll do it in the order it has here. So, Phantom of Vasquez Castle. It's literally a sheet ghost. White sheet ghost. I mean, really? It has a crazy laugh. That's cool. But other than that, I don't really know what's special about it. I do like the episode. I think it's a pretty cool episode, but I don't. We're basically going on design only, not really the episode. But and said lore connected to it. I mean, I did that with the Knight. So with the Phantom of Vasquez Castle, I'm gonna put him at a D. Pretty uncreative. Um, you know. All right, Ghost of Captain Cutler. It's a diving suit that glow green. I'm gonna put him back that there. It's boring. Like I mean, they're literally in the same stance in these pictures. It's pretty boring. It's just. I mean, his feet glow green, but it's the same as the Black Knight. The Black Knight has no special features physically, but he does have an interesting lore. The Ghost of Captain Cutler, it's just a, it's just a ghost. It's just a ghost diver, which is what they call it in the video game Night of 100 Frights. Ghost diver. They don't even call it Captain Cutler in that one. Minor 49er. Easy F. I don't know why people like this one. It's really dumb. It's just a man. He isn't even wearing a mask. He just has a hat and a beard. A fake hat and a well, I guess you can't have a fake hat, but a hat and a fake beard. That's all he's wearing. He doesn't even wear a mask. And he's just a man. He could have just been a dude. And he's like, oh my god, there's a monster haunting the like dang. What if he was just some guy walking around in there and someone thought he was a ghost? That would really hurt his self-esteem, man. But anyway, that's just a dude. So yeah. Next we have the Witch Doctor, the first one. Which in the video game Night of 100 Frights, they call this one the Ghost of Geronimo. But the Ghost of Geronimo was actually the Indian ghost on the horse in that episode. That was a hologram. But this one was the dog napper. And really nothing supernatural about him. I mean, you can see his hands and stuff. it's pretty obvious he's a human. Um, just because I mean, that's the witch doctor persona is literally just a dude in a mask, so it's pretty boring. Um, the ghost. Wow, that voice crack. The ghost of Elias Kingston. I kept calling him Elias Kingston, but it's Elias Kingston. So, Elias Kingston is kind of boring. He's just a Papa Smurf, man. uh, but he does make people old, and that. Well, I don't want to really go into the episode that much, but the episode has a lot. Like they used in the opening where you Scooby-Doo intro, they used a lot of scenes from this episode for. I mean, that's the mansion. I'm pretty sure. Um, that in the intro, and him skating into the bathroom and falling in the shower. But I won't use the episode with him. But other than him being just a blue dude, other than him being an overgrown Smurf, he does have some interesting lore because he has a superpower to turn. He can increase aging. He can turn people old. I'd assume if he used his stand ability on a baby, it would just turn into an adult or something. But because I think he used it twice when who he was. I mean, spoiler alert: the dude that died in the episode was him, because they can't have a death on a kids show. But even though all these people technically in the lore died, anyway, well, I guess they didn't. Yeah, never mind. Anyway, um, eh, I'd put him at D, but he can make people old. That's an interesting power. It's a stand ability. Um, I'm going with the idea if they were real, because I feel like no one, if I base them off of them being how dangerous they would be in the show, in the context of the show, they all be an F, except the robot, because they're all fake except the robot. So yeah. Anyway, never ape an Ape Man. It's just a gorilla. It's just a gorilla. Like it's freaking stupid. I want to move these up because the monsters get worse. They get worse. Um, Charlie the robot from Funland. This one is definitely one of my. I want to save it till the end of this review. Is definitely one of my favorites. Um, I think I'm gonna put him up high because he's the first real monster. Like, screw Zombie Island. This dude is a real robot. A. Solid A. Real freaking monster. Controlled by the wife, spoiler alert. So, yeah. The Puppet Master. Um, yeah. Let me yawn a minute. Okay, the Puppet Master. Again, he's just an old dude, but he's pretty creepy. So, he's pretty creepy. I'd put him at C. He's an average dude. Ghost Clown. I freaking hate clowns. Not because I think they're scary and I hate clowns in real life, but I hate how they're portrayed as like, oh my god, clowns are scary. They're not scary anymore. They're not scary anymore. Like, remember Halloween 2016? Or was it 2015? I think it was 2016. Everyone was dressed up as clowns going around scaring people. But it wasn't because they were clowns. It was because they were, like, you didn't know if they were going to kill you or not. Clowns aren't that scary. But this is the third one so far that has a stand ability. He can hypnotize anyone he wants to. Well, I guess not anyone. He didn't hypnotize Fred or Velma. Yeah, Fred and Velma he didn't hypnotize because they had strong willpower. Anyway, the ghost clown, he's pretty uninteresting. I don't like clowns in stuff because it's just overdone like zombies. Like pathological zombies, I think are boring because, oh my god, it's a virus infecting this certain part of the brain, blah 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 blah, and it's like you gotta kill it in the brain. Like we all know the rules of zombies. You don't have to repeat it 17 times. If you put a twist on it, like Zombieland, that movie, that one's funny. I heard the second one's horrible, but C, you know, yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good. Alright, let's move on to a gaggle of galloping ghosts. This one's the first one to have more than one monster in it, and it has four. However, they're all unoriginal except for the Gypsy. I don't know what classic movie the Gypsy came from, but it has the Gypsy, the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, and Dracula. Um, creativity wise, I'm just going to do them all individual. You know, creativity wise, I probably put them at F. They're probably going to go down there anyway. Um, yeah. So we got the Gypsy. I mean, the Gypsy's pretty boring. It's not really a monster, but it is a Gypsy. So I'm gonna just put the ones that are like literally just humans at the bottom. um, the Wolfman, boring. It's a were. It's a werewolf. It's a werewolf. We don't need werewolves. All right, we got Frankenstein's monster. Pretty boring. It's just Frankenstein's monster. Um, Count Dracula. I mean, I gotta give Dracula credit. It's freaking Dracula. Haven't read the book, but I watched the original movie. It was pretty cool. I want to watch the 1977 BBC version because Cinemassacre said that that one was the most faithful. But anyway, let me get a drink of water real quick because my mouth is dehydrated and I need to quench my thirst. Let me sit up. Hey. The Mummy. Scooby-Doo and a Mummy 2. That's the most boring episode title. Actually, it's not the most boring episode title. The most boring episode title is the Tar Monster. Because the episode that the Tar Monster is in is called the Tar Monster. Like, imagine if you had... Sorry. Excuse me. Pardon me. Imagine if you had the first episode of Scooby-Doo was called The Black Knight. That would be freaking confusing. But the Tar Monster, really? What is tar? Sticky. You could make Scooby-Doo stuck in a sticky situation. Lots of S's, and it's a pun. Anyway. The Mummy. It's a mummy. Kinda uncreative. But mummies are cool, you know what I'm saying? Now, the witch and the zombie. I don't know why the frick they're put at the same thing, because honestly I'd put the zombie in E, because it's a freaking zombie. But the witch, I want to do the witch on its own because the zombie is kind of because of the witch, so the witch is kind of its own monster. But the witch, it is a witch. Technically a witch isn't really a monster, but this witch, so I'd put it at like E or something, but this witch has a stand ability to bring back the dead. So I'm putting the witch at like C or something because I do like the zombie duo. A witch and a zombie, that's pretty cool. So, Spooky Space Kook. It's a ghost of an alien astronaut. A spaceship crashes down. Presumably the space crash kills the being inside, and you have the Spooky Space Kook. What the frick is a Spooky Space Kook? I have no idea. But the Space Kook, that's my point. That's a very creative monster when it's completely original. Charlie the robot, he's a robot. The Black Knight, suit of armor. I mean, robot, suit of armor, diving suit, Smurf, old man, clown, witch, zombie, ghost, vampire, mummy, gorilla, werewolf, Frankenstein, monster, gypsy, man, and man. But the Spooky Space Kook, what the frick is that? An astronaut suit? But he's a skeleton. Skeletons in space. Freaking amazing. And that laugh just to top it off, man. And in the game, he's the only one who can immediately respawn. In Night of 100 Frights, you can kill any other monster, and it'll die until you exit the room and come back in, and it'll be there. But in the game, you kill the Space Kook, you give it a second or two, he'll go and reappear. What the frick? That was not from the show. If he was in the show, that episode would literally last forever. That would actually honestly be cool in like a rated R remake of Scooby-Doo once they get to that episode. He just keeps coming back. Like, he has his own arc. Like, if they made a rated R live action Scooby-Doo where you saw all of these, obviously it's going to have an overarching story like Supernatural, but you know, because it's an overarching story and you can do that, you can have the Space Kook affect the story a little bit because he'll like respawn and crap. I don't know, that's a pretty cool idea. Redbeard, he's a pirate. I know Redbeard's classic one. He's the third boss in the video game. He's the first pirate ghost, which all the other pirate ghosts are just copycats. But he's just a pirate. Drunken pirate. I mean, look at his eye. You can't see it in here, but he has lazy eye. Eyelid. Lazy eyelid. Anyway, Redbeard, he's just a pirate. He's going in D. Sheep, ghost, vampire, mummy, and pirate. I mean, Okay. Okay. Alright. Green Ghost. Or the Phantom Shadows. What's funny about in the video game, I know I keep relating to the video game, but it's like the first game I've ever played in my life. I think it's a PS2 classic, to be honest. But Phantom Shadows. What's funny about in the video game is they use a lot of these as enemies. They use all of these here as enemies, other than the Puppet Master, Ghost Clown, any of the copied monsters. And Zen Tuo, the Scare Pair, the Snow Ghost, the Wax Phantom, the Werewolf. Yeah. All that I just listed, they don't use in the video game, but they do use all of the other ones as enemies, except Black Knight, Redbeard, and Black Knight, the Phantom Shadows, Redbeard, and obviously the Mastermind is the final boss because he's original. So, what's funny about in the video game is they use all of these as enemies they're just one-offs. They're not one-offs, I mean like singular enemies, like you see them, like there's multiple of them. And the Ghost of Captain Moody, there's multiple of those. There's only one in the show. With the Phantom Shadows, there's multiple in the episode, but there's only one as a boss, which I think is kind of interesting. It's kind of the opposite. Phantom Shadows. What are they? I mean, they have chains on them? Are they even the ghost of anything? They're just Phantom Shadows. They're a new thing. They're a new thing, which is what I'm saying about this is creativity, folks. It's a new thing. They made an entirely new thing. Green Ghosts. Boom. Pow. Bop. Zippity bop bop. Pow. Oh. Okay. So. And they have a laugh. They have their own laugh. I'm gonna move this one up to C. I'm not ranking them in between themselves in the thing. But I am going to put them in order. Alright. Which I would put that one there. He has a laugh. He has a crazy cool laugh. Alright. And then these have laughs. The laugh makes it good, man. The laugh makes it good. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Alright, the Snow Ghost. It's a Yeti. It's a Yeti. You can't... You just... It's boring, man. It's pretty boring. Alright, we're done with Season 1. We're done with Season 1. Now... Ghost of Mr. Hyde. Pretty cool episode. Like the twist. However... Really? You copied another monster. Like, the Mummy makes sense. Mummies are done. They're not really owned by anyone. Except they do have the Universal movie, The Mummy. But you used all the Universal monsters. Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster, and the Gypsy. I don't know where the heck the Gypsy's from, but... Really? Ghost of Mr. Hyde? That's kind of stupid. I'm putting you down there, man. I'm putting you down there. Alright, so we're on to Zen Tuo. What was the... I haven't watched that episode in a while. What was the mystery mask mix-up part? That was the name of the episode. Mystery mask. Because I know it was the scare pair was retrieving the mask for Zen Tuo, but I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. But if they made a remake of this episode, like in that rated R hypothetical series I'm talking about, it could be that the scare pair are literally masking themselves. I like how some of these are literally just criminals, but they're his goons, and they're getting him the mask to be reincarnated, like the mask, like, you know the movie The Mask with Jim Carrey? It's like that. Except the mask holds the spirit of Zen Tuo, and whoever wears the mask becomes the reincarnation, or becomes possessed by Zen Tuo. Like, Zen Tuo becomes their meat puppet, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you become Zen Tuo's meat puppet, is what I'm saying. So, Zen Tuo is pretty cool. He's the first, well, he's not technically the first boss of Scooby-Doo Unmasked. That's the dragon, but the dragon is owned by Zen Tuo. So, that's cool. Anyway, Zen Tuo isn't really that cool. I mean, he's not really a monster, but he is kind of cool. So, I'll put him up there with Redbeard and the gang, you know. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Scare pair, eh. They're kind of boring. I mean, they're obviously just criminals, so they're kind of boring. Alright, actually, they're pretty obvious they're just people. Alright, so. Creeper. Okay, a lot of people think the Creeper is the best Scooby-Doo villain. He is pretty cool, but he's just a green man. He's just a green man. I mean, there's nothing special about it, other than him being hunched over, and he says his name like a Pokemon. But, other than that, he's just a green man. However, he can, like, this is another one that has a stand ability. He can phase through solid objects. What? So, big Rutrow moment, you know what I'm saying? He can phase through solid objects. That's pretty crazy, man. Okay. Okay. Caveman! The Caveman. The Caveman. It's a freaking caveman. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A caveman. That's all I need to say. It's a cave. What the frick is a caveman gonna do? Go ooga booga at you like what? Headless Specter. He's just a dude without a head. Somehow he laughs in the episode. I don't know how that happens, to be honest. But we get okay. I get yawny, man. Alright. So, he doesn't have a head. So, he ain't that special. But I'm kind of biased with this one because he was like my favorite monster for a while, and in the video game, from the video game, because I learned about most of these through the video game. Um, I didn't know about this show when I played it. So when Velma said, um, remember the first time we found the Black Knight, he was just a dude in a mask. I was like, there was a first time? And they were saying, like, these are all monsters from our past. And I never knew what this show was until, like, there's a video on, I'll find it if I can, but there's a video where I'm watching an episode of What's New Scooby-Doo, not What's New Scooby-Doo, the new Scooby-Doo movies, on one of my laptops that I had, and it says, "You must get out of here while you still can." And I'm like, yeah, alright, and I close the laptop and run out like, I say, "Get me out of here," and I try to open the door. If I find that video, I'll put it in here, but the release date of that video will show you when I started watching around the time I started watching Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Because that was the new Scooby-Doo movies, and I kind of watched them in order. So, I had no idea that these monsters came from a show. I thought they were just the video game, because I was a kid, and I was stupid. So, but then when I found out that, these things came from a show, it was so cool to watch all of these for the first time and see where they came from. It was so cool to do that. I just love Scooby-Doo, man. Great kid show. There's kid shows out there that you don't need to be a kid to watch, because it's a great experience, and you'll never, if you refuse to watch them just because you aren't a kid and they're a kid show, if you refuse to watch them, you're never going to get that experience. So, like, I mean, when are you going to get the chance to do it if you refuse to do it just because you're not a kid anymore? So, that's why I watch kid shows sometimes. The good ones, you know? Like some of the old Thomas the Tank Engine episodes that are spooky. You know, they're good. Like Ghost Train. Like some of them, the trains actually die in that show. The first 5 seasons. I ain't talking about the rest of them. The rest of them can run off or get derailed, son. And then Tom and Jerry, the originals. They're great. Except the few racist moments. You know, that's kind of not okay. But anyway, Scooby-Doo's my favorite kid show. Because, I mean, the live action movies aren't really go to the next level with Scooby-Doo humor in age. But, like, I never got the part where Fred in Daphne's body was like, I can look at myself naked. I'm like, why? But now I understand. Anyway, sorry, I got way off track there. The Headless Specter. He's a dude without a head. I'm putting him in the boring category. Witch Doctor. We already used a Witch Doctor. I don't... Now this one's funny. It's a ghost of a werewolf. That's pretty crazy, to be honest. That's pretty cool. But it is just a werewolf. It's kind of boring. Lastly, the Wax Phantom. I mean, he's a big wax dude. Honestly, it's pretty creative. It is something new. But it doesn't have the charm that these 4 guys have up at the top. You know what I'm saying? So the Wax Phantom's not really all that crazy, but, you know, eh. I'll put them at C. I feel like I left A and B empty. Whatever. I feel like I put most of these in the bad categories. I don't really think any of them are bad. Like, from D up, I think is good. Other than Dracula. Frick Dracula. And, yeah. From D up is good. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. There we go. Wait. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Which? No. Which is which? Um. Um. Smurf Man. He can turn people old, you know. Creeper. Yeah, I feel like these 7 monsters are the best ones. I feel pretty good about my reordering. So yeah, this is my final version of my log in now to save your tier list. I'll do that later. All right. I am done. This is pretty good. All right. Thanks for watching. I have no idea how long this video is. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next, or you'll see me next time. I don't know who you are. But, yeah. So, yep. Bye. Oh, this video is 43 freaking minutes. That's crazy. Alright, I'm gonna stop it now.